Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, where we discuss everything about the Merch by Amazon business and the print-on-demand industry. Here are your hosts, Glenn and Young.
Merch Informer is the #1 research program for Merch by Amazon. You can do niche research by BSRs, keywords, and even by merchant brand names at your fingertips. You can explore historical data to see exactly what strategies the top sellers are using to succeed. Merch Informer was designed to help streamline your research process and help organize your ideas. Head over to merchinformer.com for a free 3-day trial. And after that, it's just $19.99 per month. Use the coupon code MERCHMINDS for 15% off the entire order. Merch Minds podcast, episode number 56. My name is Glenn. This is Young.
Hello.
In the flesh.
In the flesh.
And big show today because we have a special guest that we met in Denver. We're going to talk to her today, but we're going to start off with numbers, merch, somewhat merch news, and October numbers too. Where do you want to start?
I guess I can start with my numbers, huh?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. So my last 7 days, 104 sales, $2,019.72. That's not my royalties, but that's how much I sold. And then my royalties, check this out. The number of the beast, $666.28. 666 and 28 cents. That's not good, man. That's not good at all.
Good. See if you get a couple of sales coming in. If not,
hopefully.
Then yeah, you're gonna have to go to bed with that.
Dude, I'll buy my own. I'll buy my own shirt for once, just to break that.
Hilarious. What about Etsy numbers though? Because I know you've been.
Oh man, you know what? I haven't checked, but you know, sales have been kind of slow. I mean, I think I sold like one shirt this week, maybe two.
Okay.
Typically, I usually get like one sale like every other day.
Okay.
So it's been kind of it's been somewhat slow, but I'm expecting it to pick up here because obviously next Friday is Black Friday, right? And then after that we have Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
And then we're officially into December, and again, as we talked about on previous episodes, December is just going to blow up, right? So
yes, sir.
I'm expecting to put up some decent numbers in December, but you know, going back to Etsy, man, I'm trying to figure out this damn European tax, the VAT. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. So if anyone has any suggestions or any good resources on where I can learn more about it, let me know, because I've had a couple of sales now going overseas, and I'm getting messages from Etsy talking about the whole VAT tax thing and whatever.
Yeah, so you posted something about that, but I was like, what's even going on here? So someone, like, what's the story behind it? So someone bought something from you, from Etsy,
yeah. So the first sale was I forget, but basically I got a couple of sales from the European market, and Etsy was saying that I need to fill out some paperwork. Dude, I contacted my CPA. This dude's in freaking Tasnia. I don't know if I even pronounced that right. So he can't help me out right now. He just had a baby, so he's over there and doing his thing. So yeah, if anyone have any resources, or if you guys have any information, please reach out to us, tag us in the group, and let us know what we can do as far as that's concerned. But yeah, sales have been pretty slow on Etsy.
Okay. What else was I gonna mention?
Oh, my payout for last month, right?
Oh yeah, October payout.
Yeah. So my official number is $2,866.30. A little higher than I expected, but hey, if it's higher, I'm not going to complain.
Was it an increase from September or no?
It was. So September
Okay.
was, I think, somewhere around 2,400.
Okay. Okay.
And then again, I think December is going to be big. So I'm really, really looking forward to December.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt. We're almost there, so it's gonna come up real quick. This whole year, I think, just kind of flew by in general.
Hmm.
So yeah, everything's gonna get here pretty quickly. My numbers. So my main account, last 7 days, 172 products sold. Estimated royalties, $810.81, and it's been pretty much the same. I think I got close to maybe like 900 on one of the days. But most of the time it's been in like the 800 for the last, I don't know, like 14 days or so. Let's kind of say the same there with the, with my second account, the one me and my friend went half on. We've sold 11 total since we've
Nice.
joined. I don't think we're going to tear up anytime soon because of that whole thing.
Yeah, they're not going to tear anyone up.
Yeah.
Not in my opinion. At least not for the next couple of months.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a while, and maybe February, hopefully. I think by March, I think for sure we should be back to normal. But yeah, I'm just gonna. There's some designs on here because here's what's going on with the 10 tier account. So I did a little mix. I talked about it maybe just a little bit last time. Some just kind of popular type of niches that I thought was gonna work. One of them did sell, but the other ones didn't, so I took them down. And then I did Christmas type shirts, and then that one sold. So I was like, you know what? Let me just focus on Christmas stuff and go all in rather than trying to focus on like 2 or 3 different niches. Just go all in on one. So out of the 11, 8 of them are one Christmas shirt.
Okay.
And the other ones are just, it's actually only 2 other shirts actually sold. So I'm probably gonna go back and mess with the other maybe like 3 or 4 of them that haven't sold yet and try to see if I can replace those and get some new ones in there and then just kind of ride it out, because I mean, that shirt has been doing pretty good, Christmas based. Kind of ride that out and see if I can get, I mean, if I can sell over the 25, in the next 14 to 21 days or something, then at least then get me set for next year when I can tear up or something. Because
right.
Yeah, those are the toughest, 10 and 25. So we'll see what happens
Yeah.
there.
Well, so I guess I have some pretty exciting news, man, since you brought up the whole second account.
Mm-hmm.
So I found a local person here. He's actually a friend of mine. You know him. I'm not going to mention his name, but um, he's been purchasing his designs up to this point, and um, apparently he hasn't had too many sales.
Okay.
So I approached him with the proposition of, being partners, kind of like what you're doing with your friend.
Yeah.
He said he would think about it, and then he got back to me like about a week later. He goes, you know what? I'm sick and tired of freaking paying for my designs, and none of them are selling. He goes, yeah, let's partner up. And here's the best part about it. He's on the 500 tier.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a totally different ball game right there.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited about that. Him and I are gonna meet up tomorrow for lunch, and we're gonna talk. And here's the thing, guys. If you ever go into business, I don't care if it's your best friend. Um, always have a contract. It's just good practice. It's not because you don't trust him or her. It's just good practice to always have a contract. So him and I will sign a contract tomorrow, even though we are good friends. Again, it's just, business is business, right?
Yeah. That's pretty
Friendship
cool.
aside, business. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I'm going to try and scale that as much as possible. I've logged into his account already, and yeah, he's not making much sales. So
What do you think, I guess, per month? How much is he taking home? Maybe like a couple of hundred or less, or?
no, probably less than that. I mean,
Okay.
when I logged in a few days ago, he only had 2 sales like within 7 days.
Oh, okay. So even though, I mean, you're kind of building it up, but at the same time, you have plenty of room to work with. So it's kind of like a mix.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thanks to Neil Lassen from Merch Informer for giving us that idea of partnering up with friends and family members.
Yes, sir. And with Etsy, because I know we're well, at least when we start talking to our guest today, talk a little bit about Etsy. But so what happened was when I went to Chicago to film this we started doing Out Hustled or whatever for YouTube. I came back, and that's what I was trying to tell you, I guess, a little bit more about Etsy, that because I didn't know about marking it when I used to sell on Etsy, because I sold like jerseys and stuff. It would be I could mark it as shipped and print out the thing just like I would on eBay. So when I made a sale and I came back, I was like, oh man, something sold. I was like, what do I do here? And then that's what I'm saying. The sale had been sitting there for like 3 days because I hadn't checked it because I was out of town. So when I came back, I still hadn't even done anything with Printful yet. So Printful still needed to get the order to do it. And I was like, okay, now I got to go do this or whatever. So hopefully the customer will get it soon. Because
Wait a minute. So now, are you saying your Printful account wasn't synced with your Etsy account? So the order was just sitting there?
yeah, the order was just sitting there. Oh, because you know what happened? My I didn't have my credit card set up for some reason I only had it set up on Etsy and not Printful.
Oh yeah, that's really important.
Yeah,
Actually,
so that's what happened.
you know what? That's something that we should have mentioned a long time ago. So that's what happened to me on my very first order. Was
Okay.
on Printful, I didn't, because they charge you
Yeah.
ahead of time for an order. They need your credit card information, and same thing had happened. Like my very first order, I didn't have my credit card on file, so it just kind of sat there for like about a day, and then
Yeah.
I realized I'm like, oh man, I'm an idiot. Like I
Yeah, that's
need
what
my
happened
credit
with
card.
me. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean Etsy, I was ready to go and everything was fine on that end, but just not the Printful side. So I was like, oh man, I got to get this updated as soon as possible so they can get this order like worked on because it's already been a couple of days. But
yeah.
yeah, we'll see what happens. But it's pretty cool. I guess seeing because like I said, I've had like I don't know how many favorited or whatever and little hearts and I don't know what else. And I was like, when am I going to get some sales up in here? And then finally I got one. So it does
Mm,
give you some encouragement, to get back in. But I also want to do the, other 10 tier account. So they're just different
mhm.
opportunities. And then with us doing coaching, I mean, that's like super important. And that thing has just been exciting for me, like with the people we already been coaching already. So
Yeah, just talking to people, and they're, just, going over their accounts, and talking about design, and how we go about doing our own personal business and trying to help them out. It's been fun. I mean, I know you had a couple of people already.
yeah.
I'm coaching someone this Saturday, so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, it's been really fun. But I was gonna ask you something. Uh, your brother, how's he doing on Etsy?
Oh yeah. I haven't checked on him on Etsy, but he did work on some designs for me when I was gone.
Hmm.
So he got those done for me. He uploaded those to me through the Google Drive. So I downloaded those. Now I got to upload them to merch and get those done. I gave him another set. So he might be my extra designer while I'm also trying to do some other, balance everything. So
Oh, hey Anthony, if you're listening, dude, I'm a holler at you, man. I'm a holler at you. Okay, all
so
right.
yeah, that. And
So cool.
then well, I think the last thing was just about, oh yeah, I got my payout and I think you beat me.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Yeah, second time
So like
in your
September
face.
September of
Suck it.
2017, I was at $2,405, and then October I went up to $2,820.11. So I think you beat me by what, $46 or something.
Hey, you know what?
A win is a
You're a,
win.
you're a chump. You're a chump.
A win is a win. I'll hand
A
it to
win is
you.
a win. Hey.
I'll take my L.
Okay. All right. Um. Let's see. But gosh, I feel like we're supposed to talk about the long sleeves. I forgot. How are you doing on long sleeves?
Oh, I haven't sold one yet.
Okay, I've sold about three or four.
Okay, cool.
So that's pretty exciting. I'm pricing all my long sleeves at $25.99. Um, how about your premiums? I know you talked about re-uploading your designs onto premium shirts.
Premiums. Let me check. I know I sold some last week. So I mean, this month, I don't think it's been a lot of them at all. I think maybe Most of them have been standard premiums. It looks like maybe like 8 to 10. No, yeah, maybe like 10 maybe premiums this month so far. I mean, it hasn't really been a lot, but it's good to see that people are interested in those too, not just the standards. But so
I'm slowly starting to see some premium sell. So that's pretty good.
You know what happened when I was out of town was the daily uploads. They went down and then they kind of went back up again. But I don't know if what did you go like? How much do you like? What can you do?
I went from 20 down to 5, and now I'm up to 10.
Oh, okay, and so yeah, they do that with everybody.
And I'll be honest with you, Glenn. I actually like it that it's a lower number because I think in the past I've always done 3, right? Because in my mind I'm thinking, oh, there's no way I'm going to upload 20 shirts. I'm just going to do 3 per day.
Yeah.
But now it's like 10. I'm like, I can do 10.
Yeah.
So because the numbers now cut in half, I find myself uploading 10 designs every day, and I actually like this.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. It's kind of like, yeah, it started off with like you had your regular amount, and then they went down, and then it looks like they bumped you back up again from like 5 to 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of
so I actually like that it's 10, and I don't know. I think it should be like this for everyone, and I'll tell you why, right? Because I mean because there's a lot of shirts right now on Amazon, and it's just there's millions and millions of T-shirts right now on Amazon, and it's just space. A lot of them aren't going to sell, so it kind of eliminates a lot of those shirts.
Yeah,
and I think it should be like this for everyone, but that's just me.
Yeah,
I mean, Ken Reel's probably like, oh, that's this punk, because he probably has what 120 a day or something.
Yeah, he's probably like, I don't know what that guy's up to. He's just dominating out there.
Yeah. So, how much did your account drop as far as your daily uploads?
So my daily uploads, I was at like 160 per day, and then it went down to 40 per day.
Oh my gosh!
Now it went back up to 80 a day.
Okay.
So on Monday, I think I did the full 80, and then now I'm trying to. No, I think Monday I did like 75, and then yesterday I did the full 80, and then today I'm gonna try to do the full 80 again. I just want to try to get as many as possible since like we talked about with December. But the thing is that what something was kind of weird though. On Monday, I uploaded 2 shirts on like 2 different niches, and I was gonna bulk them. But then it was taking forever in the review, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna put all these in if it's taking forever to review, because you're just gonna be put into a hole till you're like, oh man, if it gets rejected, then like all these other ones are gonna get rejected. So I kind of had to wait until it got reviewed, and it took quite a while, at least like 6 hours or something. So it's like the longest I think it's ever taken for those 2 different shirts, but finally went through. It looks like they're kind of speeding up again. So I'll try to, bulk some more in there.
Now, we were talking right before we went live, like, so sales have picked up, and I'm noticing that I'm starting to sell some designs that I forgot I even had.
Yeah, I sold one today that I was like, I don't even remember even making that shirt.
Yeah, so so this might be a sign that Q4 is technically here, and sales are going to pick up. I mean, obviously Black Friday is next week, but I'm starting to see some sales on some designs that I forgot I even had. So that's a good sign.
Yes, sir. And the last thing was just that I sent you the little screenshot that just went over 100K all time royalties.
In royalties. So what are you going to do with that money, man?
Let's see. I paid quite a bit of taxes the first. Actually, what I did with the money. So the first year, it did help me put some money down on the house. I also did buy some furniture with that money for the merch money, and then I paid taxes quite heavily. I also paid quite heavily on that Gary V trip. and then
Mm.
now I've been paying the taxes more and more on that. So I have quite a bit just kind of like waiting there. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Any prediction on how you're going to do this December?
I don't think I'm gonna do as good as last year. I mean, I was almost 10,000 last year. I don't think they're gonna do that good, mostly because of the competition wise. But
Okay.
looking at it now and maybe going on what is looking like, maybe I could pull 6 to 7,000. I'm hoping around that range. Um, I could probably, I mean, I just got to keep adding more per day. If I can do the 80 per day from here on out, I think that would definitely help me. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, even if I did, I don't know. At this point, while trying to juggle Etsy and the coaching and this, 3 to 5,000, I have nothing to really complain about.
Yeah.
for,
Yeah. Oh,
for
that's good money. That's good money.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Glenn.
Thank you,
That is
sir.
a huge, huge
Yeah, I'll be
milestone.
posting that soon too, and talk a little bit about just some key things that I think really helped me in the process
Yeah. Yeah.
of kind of doing that. And one of it was, or one of the main topics was this podcast and just meeting with other people at the seminars and making connections and networking and talking to like-minded people in our group and other people's group. The Jersey
Mhm.
Shore guys have been cool. Like they just other people that have the same mindset when it comes to the merch stuff. So I think that's like a huge thing with succeeding in
Oh
merch.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. But no, that is definitely a huge milestone. I mean, I think you were probably one of the first ones that I saw when merch was still just an infant. I
Yeah.
mean, I know we're now 2 years in. You were probably one of the first ones that I've noticed that was doing significantly well. And you were always transparent and honest about your numbers. Um, but I know there's a bunch of people out there now who's doing just as good, but
Yeah.
still, regardless, that is a huge milestone. That's $100,000
Yeah. It's
in 2 years.
six-figure earner. Yeah. It's been cool. It's been
That's pretty.
yeah, I also put on there, like you just said, if like for me getting in early, like I'm not lying to anybody. That was like a huge factor in it. I got in early, and whether people
Yeah.
want to make it kind of like, oh well, you got in early, so it must be nice. I'll take it any day because getting in early obviously was a huge advantage, and
Yeah.
I took
Yeah.
advantage because I took action and actually made designs. And if I would have just signed up
Mhm.
and then never really did anything, then that would have been a totally different story. So
Yeah, and it's
um,
been a challenge for me because I signed in later than you. And obviously, when I got in, there were tons of restrictions. And if you go back and listen to episode one, you guys can literally follow my journey.
yeah,
I mean, I was making literally just a couple $100s a month. Now I'm doing consistently averaging 3,000. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you commit to it and you put the effort into something, you can definitely get results like Glenn. Um, and you know what? If people are gonna use that against you, oh, you got in early. Well, you know what? Now you're working on that second account, so
oh, I know. And then now you
people
got
can follow it.
I think that's gonna be really cool, like following that journey now, like
Yeah,
with
so
new
people can
accounts.
definitely follow that journey as well. Um, so today's guest, we met her in Denver. Just a lovely human being. She is Ariel Villafane. She calls herself a digital nomad. Glenn, what's a digital nomad?
I think someone just wants to be free, freedom, and working on their laptop and not having to listen to
Yeah,
nobody.
yeah. So she basically travels the world. She lives the laptop lifestyle. She basically works on a laptop, and um, she heard about merch. She got into merch. She wants to grow merch and get into other print on demand platforms. And so we invited her because she has a really cool story. And she's going to talk about her whole experience on merch and Etsy as well. So let's talk to Ariel. Today we have a guest who we met out in Denver. She's an awesome person. Uh, Both Glenn and I fell in love with her. She's someone who travels a lot. She calls herself a digital nomad, and she'll talk about that a little more. Um, Ariel Villafane. Did I pronounce that right?
That's right.
All right. The lovely Ariel Villafane is here, gracing us with her presence. Say hello.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. So you currently live in Atlanta, yes?
Yeah, that's correct for the
Yeah,
time
and
being.
then you were nice enough to fly out to Denver and you attended a meetup. Uh, what is a damn thing? Is it a meetup, seminar, workshop?
I've
I
been calling
still
it all
don't
sorts of
know.
things, like a conference because it sounds cooler. I don't really know what
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, I
yeah,
guess it was like
but
a meetup more.
okay. But you showed up and first of all, did you have a good time?
I did. I'd say like the best information I got was after the meetup, if that's like crazy enough, because that's when everyone was like more relaxed. We were eating dinner and just like talking one
Hmm.
on one with people. So
Yeah,
that was like really beneficial.
and that's something that Glenn and I always say, right? I mean, just the networking part of attending things like that is always valuable, right? So,
Absolutely.
um, but cool. But yeah, but you call yourself a digital nomad. Now, both Glenn and I, we know what a digital nomad is. But for the people who don't know, what is a digital nomad?
So a digital nomad is someone who generally like lives abroad, but I guess it doesn't necessarily have to be abroad, just somewhere that's not in your home, somewhere where you're moving and you're working. So I started this about like 6 months ago and I just started like freelancing. And then I was working in Bali and I just started working online and then I went to Vietnam and I was working online. So a digital nomad is anyone that doesn't have like a home base. You can just go wherever you want and you work online digitally, as the name is.
Ariel, and how old are you? If you don't
I'm
mind me asking.
27.
27. Glenn, what the hell were you doing when you were 27?
What was I doing? I don't even remember. I don't know. Probably
Okay.
nothing that important.
All
I
right.
can't
Probably
remember.
hustling, side hustling.
Yeah, I think I was trying to just barely scrape up some money for student loans or something.
Oh, that's right. You had that big student loan. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But cool. So you travel and you were doing freelance work. Do you mind if we ask what kind of work you were doing or are you doing still?
Yeah, not at all. So when I started, like I didn't really have any kind of plan in mind. Like I gave myself 3 months to find a job doing something. So I actually went on to Upwork, funny enough, because like so many people are like I hired people off that now. But I started there and I didn't really have like a set skill set, but I knew I can write, I can edit, sure, like that stuff's easy. So I started writing different like articles and blogs for like people in Australia, people back in the States. And then I landed a pretty good job with this one guy out in California. Or no, he's in Washington, I think. And it was just like writing for his blog, and it was perfect for me because it's like a blog slash website, but it's like very informative. And there's like 2 or 3 new articles every week. And he's basically told me to write about whatever I wanted to. He just wanted a lot of information in there, so it worked out really well. So I was like the lead editor for that site. So I would write like an article 2 a week for myself, and then I would edit other people's that had already posted them into WordPress. So through that, I gained
Wow.
experience with WordPress and just like writing for myself and then editing. And it kind of like built my portfolio a little bit, and it was really good. And it was like beneficial, like it sustained me for the first couple of months as a digital nomad.
I was gonna ask you, I mean, that's pretty impressive. So you were making enough money to survive.
Yeah, not solely on that job, but I had a lot of different side jobs
Okay.
on top of it. So I started transcribing as well, which is really random, but it's super easy. So I would do that, and if you're like an American, like
Mm,
Americans want to hire other Americans, and they'll pay you more for it as a service. So just doing that. But living in Southeast Asia, you don't need a lot of money to continue on. You can survive off of like
sure.
$500, $600 a month, like including transportation, like renting a scooter, having an
Wow.
apartment, eating out every meal. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's pretty sustainable.
Okay.
Nice. So where I guess where have you gone? You have like a full list.
I mean, off the top of my head. So before I was a digital nomad, I was just like, I graduated University of Georgia in 2013, and I started traveling like the month afterwards. And I went to New Zealand for a whole year, and I did a working
Wow.
holiday. So just like working random jobs and then traveling. Then I went to Italy for a few months and lived there, learned a bit of the language. And then I went back to Australia. So like same part of the world. And yeah, each time I would go like through Southeast Asia and just like traveling around. And so I did a lot of like, I did Fiji, and then I've been all across Southeast Asia. But really, living wise, I guess I've lived in New Zealand, Australia, and then Bali, Vietnam, and Thailand for a bit, and then Italy for the 3 months. So those are the countries I've lived in. The rest I've just kind of like traveled through.
Thailand's a lot of fun. Yeah, I've been there. So I've traveled abroad a lot too. You know, I've been to places like El Paso, Texas, Los Angeles, California, very very exotic places.
It sounds like it.
And
I mean, Atlanta,
Austin,
Georgia.
Texas.
I think you've been there as well.
Yeah, I've been to Atlanta. You know, I was there in May. So yeah, I mean, traveling abroad is a lot of fun. But this is obviously a merch show, so we're going to talk merch. And you do have a merch account. So we ask our guests, what tier are you on, and how much are you making, if you don't mind sharing that? I know some people are a little weird about sharing the numbers.
I mean, this month is like a good month, so I'm okay with sharing it. I'll go on to my pretty merch. So I'm at the 1,000 tier, and I have 1,000 live, and I'm just like, literally that last day that they did the tier ups, I had like over 800 live, and I had 1,000 shirts sold, but I like missed it. So it must have just like missed the cutoff if you're going off that 80% rule, your theory. Anyway, so yeah, I'm like just waiting for the tier up. I have, so far this month, I'm at just over 1,500.
Nice.
You know, I told you, Young, I'm like, my goal is 3,000. You're like, that's pretty high. I'm like, I know, but
I think you can do it though. I think December, because no, if you guys think about it, I mean, so today is what, Thursday? Black Friday is next week.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so I think yeah, this year's just gone by really fast. But I think starting next week, I think you have a good chance of doing 3K in the month of December.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. The thing I have noticed, like I know there's so much talk about throttling and whatnot, and like the shirts that I'm selling are shirts that I've sold before. They're very rarely like a new shirt. So I'm actually okay that I'm like stuck at this 1,000 tier, and I'm only like uploading a couple here and there because like I'm not selling any of the new ones. So maybe it's like a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, don't get Young started in the throttling thing, because
yeah, that's a whole nother issue. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, so I guess, how did you get into merch? Like what brought you in to the merch game? I mean, obviously it's like just another income as a digital nomad, but what brought you in?
So the person I was dating at the time, he told me about it, and he was like, I just got accepted to this. And I was like, I want to do this. Like, this sounds awesome. And it sounds like a great opportunity. So I applied for it back in, like, I want to say March. And then I was accepted in June. And I just kind of like went head first into it. And that's pretty much been my only thing that I've been doing. I've stopped the freelancing almost completely. So I'm just like concentrating on merch. I've gotten into Printful and Etsy. And yeah, I'm just looking to expand on different like print on demand platforms. But that's where it all started.
Okay, so you said you're on the 1,000 tier. You have all slots filled.
Yeah.
Now, are you maybe rotating out certain designs that's not selling?
Yeah, I am. So I'm not like waiting until the 30 or the like, what is it, 3 months where they take down your shirt. Like I am monitoring it. I'm seeing what's selling, what's not selling, and I still am uploading probably like my maximum is 10 a day. Since they've decreased it. So I'll still take about like 10 off a day. Like ones that are just maybe was, I don't know, back during like a different niche thing that was trending a few months ago. I'm like, well, it's not really trending anymore. So I will take it down. But for the new ones that I'm uploading, I haven't really sold any anyways. So I am rotating, but I'm not seeing many results with the new ones that I've put up.
Are you, I'm sorry, go ahead, Glenn.
Oh, well, I was just gonna ask, I guess, your process as a digital nomad. Are you outsourcing designs? Are you doing your own research? I guess, how is that going for you?
I am doing my own research and my own designing, and I don't have any graphic design skills. Like I graduated with exercise and sports science degree. So I just been like teaching myself, watching lots of videos, reading lots of blogs and whatever, trying to like see what other people are designing and, you know, kind of like learn from it. But as far as I do have an uploader, and she's awesome. She's the best. She's actually Australian. And she's writing a book. So her keywords are like on point. Her, like, the descriptions that she uses are great every time, like far superior than what I would normally write. She puts a lot more effort into it than I would, which is just great, and like she's on it. And yeah, so she's taken about, I don't know how long it would take me to upload, maybe like 40 minutes a day to upload my designs, and she's taken that time away from me. So it's awesome.
So this is someone that you found on Upwork.
I did, and I the pay is set for like a Filipino wage or someone like that. I don't know, someone out in Southeast Asia or something like that. But she really wants to do it, and she was really interested in it. So I trained her up, and she's been the best.
Mm-hmm. And how much are you paying her, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm paying her $100 a month.
That's not bad.
Hey, not bad at all.
Yeah.
Better get on top of that, Young.
Yo, you know what? You can. I'll do it for you for $50 a month.
Let's get to see all my designs.
Yeah. In fact, after the show, you can give me your login credentials. So that's cool. So now you said you do your own designs. What particular app or software are you using?
I am using, so I'll maybe sometimes use like the Over app or WordSwag. And then as far as like softwares when I'm uploading them, I generally do it through, it's called Sketch. You guys have probably heard of it.
Now what is that?
It is.
I've never heard of it.
Building websites, but it's good like for just like simple text based to create like an artboard. You can create like the size that you want, and then you can simply like put the design on there and play with it there. So you don't have the like liberty of actually like designing. Like, you guys are designers, so I know that you go like, I mean, you need like Illustrator and Photoshop, but for like what I'm doing, it's much easier just to like kind of like throw on like a text base. Maybe like I will have like some images and like a bit of design, but you don't have as many like editing options. It's very basic, but it's also very like quick and efficient for the uploading that I want to do.
So is it fair to say that you're doing most of your designs then on your smartphone?
Yeah, I'd probably say that I do most of them on my smartphone, and then I'll upload it onto my computer, and then I'll work from there.
That is a true digital nomad. Right? Someone who just travels, they're riding a train or riding a cow or whatever the hell digital nomads do.
Pony.
They just pull out their smartphones and start designing. That's pretty that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at Sketch. So it says the digital design toolkit. So yeah, I guess you can do. I mean, it does have some options, different stuff you can do. Not really like Illustrator type, but it looks like it's more for maybe like apps and type of stuff. But
yeah, like I said, I think it is for just building websites and to kind of like get an idea of how you want the website to look, and then building that website off of it. So it's not detailed. Like, it won't have half the functions that Illustrator will have or Photoshop, but that's generally what I use. In the future, I'd like to download Illustrator and start to learn how to do it, but that's just a whole other process I haven't gotten into.
Yeah. Well, that's a good option for everybody else out there. You never know. I mean, it's a new,
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people haven't.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it until now, so I'll have to look into it. So I'm assuming you obviously, as a digital nomad, you're working on a laptop. First of all, what kind of laptop do you have?
I have the new MacBook Pro.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, Glenn, this is why I like her. Okay, she's an Apple person. She's rocking she's rocking the MacBook Pro. This is why we had to have her on the show. So you said you're gonna learn Illustrator in the future, or even Photoshop. I know a lot of people use Photoshop as well, and there's nothing wrong with that. There really isn't. But if you do,
like that, I guess not.
I know. I swear, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's just nothing wrong.
No,
don't get it. Like, there's nothing wrong.
Here's the thing. I mean, we've mentioned this on the show before. Photoshop is technically it's a software to edit photos. That's what it was originally created for. But I know a lot of people, they create their designs on Photoshop. Nothing wrong with that. But we always said, if you want to learn design, you obviously want to learn Illustrator. So we recommend maybe going to the route of learning Illustrator first, and then maybe Photoshop second. are you? So what is your? Because I know the digital nomad community is pretty tight. Like, what are your friends or your fellow digital nomad friends think when you tell them like you're doing print on demand merch?
Um,
Like, do you have friends that are doing it?
Do you have
I mean, I know
friends?
you mentioned. Do you have friends?
I've got a couple of friends, you know, they're dwindling. No, like a lot of people are just really interested in it. So I've mentioned it to a few people and they're like, what is this? Like, get me signed up for it. And so I'll show them like how to sign up for it.
Mhm.
And then they'll do it. But honestly, like a lot of the people that I met when I was traveling, like they're so busy doing their own business or running their own business or freelancing like full time. So they're kind of like, oh, that's cool. You design t-shirts. I actually did show it to a good friend that I met back in Hoi An yesterday. And she was like, this is awesome. Like, tell me all about it. And like, let me see some of your designs. Like, what are you doing? This is like such a cool idea.
Right.
And then you showed her merch minds, and then she just started getting
Absolutely.
all of this knowledge. And
I
then
was like,
now
just go listen to the podcast. That's all you need. Like, you don't need anything else.
Absolutely. Just listen to the podcast. Ignore Glenn. Young's the best.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, see, no, because I find that kind of surprising. Even still, I mean, merch is 2 years old now, and it's all about making money online, and yet the digital nomad community, considering it's all about making money online, that a lot of people still in the digital nomad community haven't heard about it. That's really interesting.
Yeah. And I think it's because it's like it's new, but it's bigger in the US, you know, like it's still like if you're out in Bali, like not the word's not out about it as much. Like
Interesting.
I'd never heard about it. So
Uh-huh.
but I don't know why, because I think if more people knew about it, more people would get into it.
Sure. Now you mentioned the Etsy Printful integration.
Mhm.
How's that going?
It's going all right. I actually made like 2 sales yesterday off of it, and I thought one was like an order and then a cancellation because I've only made like 2 sales ever. So I've been pretty lazy about actually getting designs up there, and I want to work on like building my shop and everything. So I think I've made like 4 or 5 sales total. But yeah, I've only ever paid for like one design, and I sold that design yesterday, so that was kind of exciting. I was like, there's some
Oh,
money
nice.
back for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good. I think there's a lot of potential with like Printful Etsy, and I have a lot of questions about it. So I'm kind of just like learning and YouTubing a lot. And it's not like merch where you can get all your answers on like podcast or via like any of the groups on Facebook. Like
Mhm.
Printful Etsy is still a new ballpark.
No, I'm definitely learning as I go as well, as well. But yeah, it's been doing pretty good for me. Glenn, have you made any sales yet?
I did, and it actually just happened this week when I was out of town. So when I came
Oh,
back,
that's awesome.
yeah, when I came back, I was like, okay, what do I have to do here? And then like this order was kind of like waiting there for a while, and I was like, yeah, this isn't good.
You should have anything.
Yeah, I just didn't know until I came back from out of town, and then by then the order had already been sitting there for like 3 days or something. So I was like, hopefully this person doesn't get mad. But
No, sometimes it does take a few days for Printful to catch up on their end. But so how many products do you have currently on Etsy?
How many do I have?
Mhm.
I have
Yeah, I'm not talking to Glenn anymore. I'm talking to you.
I maybe have, I'd say like 40 or 50 like items on there, but as far as like designs, I might have like 30 designs, maybe. I can
Okay.
be pushing it.
Well,
I haven't looked at it in a while.
so one thing that I was told is definitely select V-necks for the ladies.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I was told. But the crop tops are really popular for the ladies. The racerbacks. Is it racerback? Is that what they call it?
Yeah,
The
Razorback.
racerbacks. Um, you said eraser?
No, razor. It's a
Oh,
razorback.
Racerbacks are really popular. But and I would recommend maybe it sounds like, I mean, if you have 40 products live and you have 30 designs, you're not choosing that many products. I would say choose more products.
Yeah.
Yeah, give them hoodies, sweatshirts, men's tank top, women's tank top, V-necks, crew necks. I would do all that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I need to like really get back into it and just like spend a whole day like expanding on everything. So I mean, I'm getting a lot of views, so that's a good start. Like I'm getting a lot of favorites and stuff like that. I just haven't like put a lot of effort into it.
Okay.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. So Glenn, I'm just I know we're here to interview Ariel, but I'm curious how many products do you have live?
I think I have like 30 or something like that.
That's it?
Yeah.
Well, no wonder you're not getting any sales.
I'm not trying on this one. I'm trying to build up my other merch account.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot that you have that other merch account. So are you doing your own customer service, Ariel, or do you have a VA for that on Etsy?
No, I'm doing my own. I'm like the first 2 orders, I didn't do anything. And so I was like, should I have sent something? Like, should I have told them that their order was shipped or something like that? I think I was like on vacation when it happened as well. So I wasn't even really aware. I don't know. It might have been I might have been in Dublin at the time.
Where were you? What were you doing?
Dublin or London at the time, like when I got my first one.
You were in Dublin? So that means, when were you in Dublin?
The beginning of the month.
Okay, because for some reason, you know what? I think you told me this.
Last month, October.
You know what? Yeah, no, you're right. Because you told us that, and I completely forgot. Because I remember you mentioned that.
Yeah, it was just after the conference. I left early that morning from Colorado, and the next morning I went to Dublin.
So are you going to hire a VA to do to run your Etsy shop?
Eventually, probably. Like, because I'm still new at it. First, I went to become like an expert at the Printful Etsy integration. Like I want to know everything there is to know about it. So when I'm training a VA, I can have all the questions answered. And right now I'm still have so many questions that I need to answer myself. So get that sorted, and then I'll hire somebody else to do it.
So, I mean, it seems like like in the digital nomad community, like when you have a business, when you run a business, everybody wants to be hands off. Why is that?
I guess I don't know if that's necessarily true. Like you want to be hands off in the fact that you want to like work at the minimum amount per day, right? Because I mean, if you're living in a place like Bali or I don't know, anywhere, Vietnam, Thailand, there's so many other things to do throughout the day besides just sit at a desk and work all day long.
That's true.
I mean, if you can outsource and you can be as hands off as like, I mean, just even with my hiring someone just to just solely do the uploading. She's not even submitting the products. She's only putting them into draft, but that's taken so much time and like just time that it's giving back to me to further like work on something else. Like, you know, work more on designing t-shirts or becoming a better designer, whatever. So I think that'd be a common trend. I mean, in theory, everybody wants to like work less and still make the same amount, if not more.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that your VA that uploads your designs on merch, they don't actually submit your designs. They just get to the point of filling everything out, and then they'll just save it.
Yeah. So because I have like maxed it out, I'm going through and like hand selecting the shirts that I do want to delete. So right now I probably have like 300 designs or more up in draft, and they're all evergreens. So I'm like only designing evergreens at this like moment. I'm going to keep like pumping more evergreens and sending them over to her. So come like tier up, hopefully I'll be at the 4,000 tier up, and then I will just start, uploading them.
I won't have,
so it'll be like a slow process. I won't have to like pay her more for a little bit because I'll be doing, is it like 40 a day with the 4,000? I don't even know what it is.
I have no idea.
But
4,000 tier? Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, but either way, like at least it'll set off the time. Like I'll have so many up in draft, like so many evergreens that I'll be set for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, this Young's a little old, so this whole like digital nomad thing just kind of baffling him right now. He's just like a little stunned with some of these questions. Let's get into the meat.
You know what? Why don't you just shut your pie hole there for a second, Glenn? Okay, so just calm down.
What type of struggles did you have like the first like month or two in merch? What was the thing? What are maybe like 2 or 3 different things that you were like, how am I going to get this thing going? Or did you just like right off the bat already start selling your first like 10, 20 shirts or something?
No, I actually, the first day I uploaded, I was at like 2. What is it for the tier 10? I think it was 2.
Yeah, 2
and I
day.
sold 1 like on my first day. It was Father's Day. And
Okay,
it was like
nice.
just really, really bad design. I don't know who bought it. I don't know why they would buy it, but someone bought it. So I was like, awesome. That's cool. But it was like absolutely, it was a struggle to start with, just coming up with ideas.
Yeah.
Generally, like coming up with ideas and not, I used to spend just hours and hours on like a few designs. And then the upload process would take me a long time. Like I didn't have a system of how I wanted to upload, how I wanted to design, how I wanted to do my research. I didn't know like where to research. I didn't have like a starting point. So I was all over the place. So I would spend just twice the amount of the time to, I don't know, to like get all my like thoughts organized and to get all my designs organized and just to like have a system down. So that was the biggest thing. And also just like researching what makes a good design, as far as like just like what looks good as a design, like what looks good on a shirt and all that stuff. That took a while, and I'm still learning so much, but I can go back and look to like back in June when the shirts I uploaded, and they're pretty horrendous compared to like what they're doing now. I think I'm doing a little bit better.
I think it's fair that we can all say that. I mean, we've done that too. Like I've gone back and looked at my designs, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what was I doing? Because back then, I think we were all just trying to upload as much designs as possible, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've completely changed my strategy where I'm just now putting up quality stuff. But I go back and I'm just like, oh my gosh, that was horrible, and who the hell bought that? And you know, but oh well. Any more questions, Glenn?
Yeah, did I guess hiring a designer ever cross your mind, or were you like, I'm just gonna do this all for myself and learn it, and I don't really need a designer?
No, definitely. Like it was actually like on my to-do list for last month, and I never did it because, well, one, they like froze the tier ups. So I was like, well, I guess I don't need to hire someone like just this instance. And like I probably will come January or come the tier ups, but the other day I had like an epiphany of all these designs ideas that I want to do, and it will give me a lot, like it'll give me the ability to like design by myself, but still I'll be able to design probably like 500 of them. So that's pretty good. And like someday I would eventually like to have somebody just so I can not work as much.
Yeah. But do you like the design process, like making your own designs and all that?
Some days, yeah. If I'm not motivated to work, then I won't work.
Other days, like,
yeah, screw this.
I'm like that. Like if I'm not motivated, then it'll take me like twice as long to do the same amount of work if I'm like motivated and ready. So I put myself in an environment where I'm going to work, and generally it's not being at home. It's being like at Starbucks or the library or something where I'm like around other people working, and then I'll just like get down and work.
Nice. Yeah. What made you want to just leave and go do your own thing, like away from everybody? You just like got bored, tired of.
See, that's a great question, because for me, it's stressful to just move down the street. You're moving out of the damn country. so I mean, what made you want to do that?
I never knew what I was doing really in school. Like our school system's set up so you go through like middle school, high school, everything, and it's kind of like do this, graduate, get a degree, graduate. And I never really knew what I wanted to do. I chose my major only because I could become like a nurse through it. I become like a physical therapist, whatever. But I was never really interested in it. I'm just like, oh, those are all good paying, like well-paying jobs. I could do that and make money and be like semi-happy. But I was never fulfilled with that. So I just decided I was going to leave and go to New Zealand. And so I did. And then it never really stopped from there. So I've got the wanderlust bug. But yeah, my parents have it as well. Like they're in France right now. They've been in France for a couple of weeks. So
wow,
they're just never home either. Like they just jet off wherever they feel like going. And I think I've got a lot of that.
Okay,
being free.
Your parents are digital nomads.
They're like the wealthy digital nomads.
That's pretty cool. So I mean, how much longer do you want to do that as far as traveling?
I don't know. Like so I was telling you earlier that I'm probably going to Colombia next, and I want to learn Spanish. So as long as it takes me to learn Spanish, I want to learn how to dance like salsa and bachata and cumbia and like all those cool dances and like just like get into that Latino culture. So maybe like I'll spend a year down there, maybe more. And eventually, I'd like to settle down, but I'm not really in a place in my life where I see the point of settling down. It's like there's so much of the world to see.
Definitely. Definitely enjoy life while you can. Um, maybe Glenn and I can visit you in Colombia,
Come visit me.
and then we can go buy some Coke
I don't know
and
about that.
just have
Did
a
he say
raging
that?
party.
Did he say that in the podcast?
This podcast just got totally different. I want to see where we're gonna go next.
The cartels are
What
done.
Coke?
It's
What, you guys
over.
don't drink Coke? You guys don't drink Coke? Jeez, I don't know where you guys' minds are at. But um, before we let you go, Ariel, you have a blog. A blog. You have a blog. Where can people find that?
Sure. It's called the travelingmermaid.com.
The travelingmermaid.com. Cool.
Don't confuse that with the traveling mermaid, because there's one of those as well. So the traveling.
The traveling
Okay.
mermaid.
The travelingmermaid.com. And just one final question from me. Since you're a mermaid, I'm curious. Like, when you go into water, do you grow fins?
Absolutely. I'm the fastest swimmer
Oh,
out there.
that's freaking awesome.
No, I flounder. Like I struggle to like swim in the ocean.
Do you really? But you're a mermaid.
I know.
I know.
Oh, goodness. Well, thank you for your time and thank you for being here. I know it's probably dinner time there right now, so
Yeah.
yeah. She's like, yeah, hurry up. All right. Well, thanks, Ariel. And if you have any questions about design, just feel free to contact us.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me, guys. It's been
Yeah.
a good interview. It's been fun.
Great interview with Ariel. Man, sounds like she's definitely having fun traveling the world. What do you think, man? You want to go down to Colombia?
Oh man, I don't think I barely even get out of this little shell of El Paso, and especially with this warm weather, trying to just, keep warm. Even Chicago alone was out of my territory.
Really? So if because she said we can go visit, like you wouldn't want to go, like take your wife, like all three of us can just go and go down to Colombia and hang out.
We'll have to see about that, young. That's it's a big risk there.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, no, Ariel, thank you so much for being on the show. It's always a pleasure talking to her. Um, no, it's a fascinating topic how people are making money online these days. So
It's a new age.
it is a new age, and that's something a lot of people are trying to get into. So before we go, we do want to mention again, guys, if you're interested in the coaching, go to merchminds.com. Glenn and we now offer coaching for Merch by Amazon. And Glenn, if people want to contact you, where do they go?
Hustler Hacks, #1 at gmail.com. Hustler Hacks on YouTube, and merchminds.com for the coaching.
And you guys can email me at young@geekhustle.com or go to geekhustle.com, or you just tag us on Facebook. We're in the groups. Tag us if you have any questions, and you can also message both of us on Facebook as well.